Just a couple of things about what we're going to be doing. If you watched our live webcast a little over a month ago, some of this will be familiar. If you've been joining us on Friday nights, some of this will be familiar. There's going to be some new things as well. For as many people as we have in the stands tonight, there's going to be another large group that is watching this on our live webcast. And so just like all of the late night shows, the audience interaction is a really big part of what our audience all across the nation is going to be saying. What that means for you is when you see or hear something that your kids do that you like, give it up for them. You know, especially those of you who are veteran band parents, you know, we all know in a year where we don't have all of these horrible things that we're dealing with, some of the incredible things we get to do and some of the great audiences that we get to perform for, and what it's like at those shows when everyone is on their feet for the Keller Band. We really want our kids to have that experience at least one time this year, and in that sense, there is no more important group tonight than you, all of the people in the stands. So as we go through our stuff this evening, please give it up for these kids because they have just been amazing all year. We're going to be getting started right at 6:30, so thanks for being here. Good evening and welcome to the Keller High School Marching Band performance. I'm Ryan Heath. My name's Ryan Heath, and on behalf of Mr. McGahee, Mr. Chappell, Mr. Bloss, Mr. Hurley, and Mr. Turnley, we would like to thank you tonight for joining us. Before we begin, we do have a few thank yous and acknowledgements. First, thank you to Keller ISD Fine Arts Director, Ms. Kim Bland, Fine Arts Coordinator, Mr. David Wright, and the entire staff in the Fine Arts Office for their tremendous support of our students during this crazy semester. We simply wouldn't be here tonight without them. Thank you as well to our Keller High School administrators and counselors led by our principal, Ms. Lisa Simmons. I know some of these great people are in the audience tonight, so would you please give them a round of applause? Additionally, our students are supported by a huge staff of private lesson teachers and, of course, our wonderful directors at our middle schools. Without all of these people, none of this would have been possible. I know many of them are here tonight, and many of them are also watching live, so would you please give those people a big round of applause? To kick us off tonight, please welcome to the field the Keller High School Color Guard. Performing to Kings and Queens by Ava Marks, here is your Keller High School Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the Keller High School Color Guard. Next up, we are excited to introduce to you the Keller High School Drumline and Front Ensemble. Performing Funk Steps and Sleight of Hand, please welcome the Keller High School Drumline and Front Ensemble. School Drumline and Front Ensemble. For our next part, we want to take as we get set for our next part, we want to take a moment and acknowledge our fantastic student leadership team. These outstanding leaders have the call of duty during these challenging times to keep us on the right track and have done it with a spirit and enthusiasm that is undeniable. Would all of our uniform managers, librarians, quartermasters, and public relations members please wave? How about all of our section leaders? And finally, our woodwind, percussion, color guard, and hornline captains. Of coordinating all of our groups, please wave. Give us just a minute, and we will move on to our next thing. Hey, next up we have some of our fan favorite spirit tunes. Up first, it's Go Big Blue. And go to set. Here we go. Go Big Blue. Ready? And resume. Hi. From Led Zeppelin's third album, it's Immigrant Song.
Next up, here's one that made Rolling Stone's top 500 songs of all time, the 1971 Led Zeppelin song, Black Dog. Ready? And resume. Hut. Here's one of our favorites, the 2003 single from the White Stripes' Seven Nation Army. Ready? And resume. Hut.
We're transitioning.
And finally, this 2002 Sheryl Crow hit has become a Keller Band favorite over the last few years. Here is Soak Up the Sun. Ready? And resume. Hut. of the Keller Band.
Speakers turn around.
To kick us off, please welcome the Varsity Woodwind section. Our first feature comes from the 2017 show Sense of Direction.
Yeah, they can hear it.
This opening number was originally written for woodwinds and a saxophone quartet. We've rearranged it this year to include the entire woodwind section. Please enjoy the opening woodwind feature from Sense of Direction. Our next piece, Grace Before Sleep, is the one that inspired the opening of our 2015 show, Do Not Go Gentle. This is a particularly important moment in the history of the KHS Band, as it marked our first appearance on the national stage as a finalist at the Bands of America Grand National Championships. The 2015 group would also be recognized later that year as the 76th band worldwide to be awarded the Sudler Shield from the John Philip Sousa Foundation. Here is the KHS Varsity Woodwind section with Grace Before Sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Varsity Woodwind Section. While our next group gets set, we want to give a very special thanks to all the parents who have been a part of our Booster Club this year, particularly our board members and our co-presidents, Liz Johnson and Allison Mole. Their leadership and exceptional stewardship of our booster program has enabled us not only to navigate these past few months, but has ensured that our program will remain healthy in the years to come. Thank you to each one of you for your dedication to your students and to the band program. Please give all of these people a huge round of applause. As you know, it truly takes a village to keep a program like this operational. Right now, our boosters are in need of parent volunteers to help with our holiday music parade on December 12th. Please visit our website, indianband.org, to sign up and help. And now, please welcome to the field the 2020 Varsity Horn Line. Our first feature brings us back to one of the most loved moments in KHS band history. Taken from the concert band piece Hymn to the Sun with the Beat of the Mother Earth, the ballad from our 2016 show Ascent was one of the greatest musical moments of that season, and was a climactic moment for a show that would finish 5th at the UIL 6A State Marching Band Contest. Please enjoy the 2020 Varsity Horn Line performing the ballad from our 2016 show, Ascent. ovations you gave us last year, we think you'd enjoy it too. So, we are proud to bring you the 2020 Varsity Horn Line and our 2019 closer from Fearless. So, I think it's safe to say you like that one, which is good because we want to welcome back the Varsity Woodwinds and give you one final time the closer from Fearless. Before our final performances here, I'd like to take a moment and introduce our 2020 drum major team. Over here on the right, heading to his podium, please give a big round of applause for senior drum major, Mr. Ben Platts. On the left, please give a big round of applause for junior drum major, Miss Keaton Smith. And on the center podium, returning for her second year, please welcome senior drum major, Miss Catherine Oles. And now, we are excited to perform for you our 2020 Spirit Show entitled Blue Dots and Blue Lights. Catherine, whenever you're ready. Let's hear it for the Keller High School Band. So normally at halftime we have to get on the field because that other thing that happens at the Friday night performances that we give has to occur, but there's no such time limits tonight, so we're going to do it again. Reset! But now, before we do, look, here's the deal. We talked earlier about audience interaction. The first song is called Let's Go Keller, and they play, and there's this part in the middle where you're supposed to say, Let's Go Keller. And I turn around, and our number one fan, Gail, is at the back of the stand screaming her head off. This time, we need everyone to join her. Here it is, one final time. Our 2020 Spirit Show, entitled Blue Dots and Blue Lights. tune this evening. Please welcome Director of Bands, Art McGahee. I know you're as proud of these kids as I am. Aren't these kids rock stars out here on the field? Yeah, they're awesome. They've been so determined this year, and it's been great to see them at this. We have one more performance in a couple of weeks. We have the Keller Band Holiday Music Parade. It was similar to our reverse march-a-thon, which is a really big hit. December the 12th, 5 o'clock to 7 is when we'll be performing. If you look around the stadium, if you're here, there's some QR codes that have snowmen on them. That's your chance to go over and zap that, and you can find a volunteer spot. We could use a lot of volunteers to really help us out that evening. Find something that works for you. We'd love to have you. December the 12th, the kids will be playing Christmas carols as well as holiday tunes along the route. We're going to be using some of the props from the marching show lit up. We're going to have a lot of front yard decorations, but we need a lot of help to get those out there. And it'll still go around the same route around Keller High School. Again, it'll invite your neighbors, and it's a very family-friendly event. So it'll start probably at 5 o'clock. We'll only play for 2 hours. If it's weather like this, we can do it for sure, and we can definitely make it happen. December the 12th, 5 o'clock to 7. The Keller Band Holiday Music Parade. We'll see you there. I'm going to turn it back over for our closing remarks to Mr. Riley. Before we wrap up tonight, we have a final group of leaders that we need to recognize. This fall has brought challenges that none of us could have expected. Through it all, there has been a group that has continued to give their all and has shown undeniable dedication to the program and their peers. Even though it wasn't the fall season they were expecting, their efforts have made it a successful one and have laid a foundation that will allow the Keller Band to once again take the field in the very near future as one of the premier programs in the nation. And that group is our seniors. Would everyone please, including the underclassmen on the field, please give a huge round of applause to the members of the senior class of 2021. This does put a bow on our 2020 marching season, but at a time where there are so many things that are going by the wayside, I promise you, we will be back. And so, one last time, joining us from Keller, Texas, please welcome the